Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from the Steel City. A return now from the 4. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. A handoff here to start the drive, but this will end up being a reverse.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
They'll go play action here with Allen. Open man downfield, it's Kincaid. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do. And, man, the play-action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
He's got a man downfield. It's Shakir. And he will get into the end zone. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Buffalo. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6. Now it's a fake. They'll flip it to the kicker. This is caught. And he's going to take this into the end zone. I wasn't sure we'd ever see a fake extra point again. But this one works. So instead of 1, they get 2. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll run it for the first time with Najee Harris. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. They'll give it to Harris again. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
He's got his man. It's Pickens. And he's going to take this one all the way. 73 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 3rd down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the first down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that first down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That's Taken in by Shakir. Still going inside the 20. And he will take this one in. 70 yards. Touchdown, Buffalo. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the first quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer. Because right now, they don't have one.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll run. This is Jaylen Warren. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Give up the middle to Harris. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Good job right there. Good job.
On first down, right back to Harris. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8.
14. Hey. One flip. Right.
Now they'll throw it with the pressure gets there, and he goes down. A sack that should be the final play of this first quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. 15-7 is our score. And we're back to the Steel City after this. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
Let's go double count right here. Double count.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a first down with that catch.
14, run it.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson. He's got it at about the 8. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. Give him 27, and it's 1st and goal. They'll run with Harris. That's a nice pickup, bringing it down to the 3. Here now, 2nd down and goal. One more time, it's Harris. And he'll go down, back at the 4-yard line.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. They'll use 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and goal. Now Russ. It is brought in the end zone. George Pickens. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Ty Johnson. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. First and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. This one, downfield, for Kincaid. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this second down play.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Now it's Allen. That's taken in. It's James Cook. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play.
And he's into the end zone. Dalton Kincaid. Touchdown, Bills. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Patterson now to return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion.
Left pass, left pass.
On first down, Wilson. Open man downfield is Freiermuth. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
The most valuable real estate on the field, Mike, that every offense is trying to attack is the middle of the field. So when you have a tight end who's as good as this guy and you can get vertical down the middle, man, that is a nightmare for these defenses to deal with.
Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Hey, low alert. Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
Wilson will throw again. Catch is made. That is Williams. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. Now a timeout signal for him, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Rasul Douglas. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Now return coming from the 7. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Fight. Go, 14. Fight.
This drive begins with a run by Harris. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here, his ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
He was looking for George Pickens there, and it'll be 3rd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On 4th down, here's Cameron Johnston to punt for Pittsburgh. This will be returnable from his own 15. They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. He's going to run it.
That's a good effort here by the quarterback. He does the wise thing. He picks up all he can, all while protecting himself. He hightails it out of bounds. Positive gain. 2nd down.
In motion, Shakir. And he's into the end zone yet again. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Buffalo. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Allen leading the Bills to the line for this 2-point try. He'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This will be returned from the 2. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson, he'll let this go for Pickens. That is caught. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 73 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. is his third touchdown of the afternoon. Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers are back within one score. It is an 8-point game. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This one taken at the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. He's looking deep for Shakir. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. In motion, Shakir. And he will score again. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Bills. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Bass's kick is good, and the Bills will extend this third quarter lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Taking off. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a first down.
Mike, this is the element to the position that this guy brings that's just so unique across the league. Not only the speed, but his ability to operate in the open field as a runner. It is hard for a defense to plan for a guy like that.
Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Rasul Douglas.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. A run, this is Gilliam. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 3rd and 2. Off the play fake, here's Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Allen. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to have the Bills' 1st down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down. Allen going to make the read and hold on here. Fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit. And that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
Needing to convert here on 3rd and inches.
Hey, zero.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion.
Double count right here. Double count. Be alert. Be alert. Good shot.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That'll be caught by the running back, Warren.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They come up for 2nd and 2.
Look for signals.
Out of the gun, here's Russ. He'll get this into the hands of his running back. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Now Wilson on 1st down. He's got a man down the field. It's Austin. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Here's 1st down. To throw again is Wilson. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10.
36 power. Check.
Again, Wilson. He'll let this one go long for Williams.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
He's got his man. It's Pickens. And that's going to do it. It'll put him over 200 receiving yards in the game. What a performance. That grab also comes with a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, And that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing again. Wilson. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet. So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game. That is one behind the single-game NFL record. And now it's a 9-point game, so they'll go for just 1 here. The kick here is good, so they are back within a possession. That gets it down to an 8-point game. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Play action. It's Allen. He's going to air this one out looking for Cooper. Big return at the end. He's going to get out of bounds close to midfield.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just 1 more play.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And that is incomplete. They took the end zone shot of the final play. It's a heartbreaking finish, as this one will come to an end. So a road win here for the Bills. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.
Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the north shore of the Allegheny and Ohio rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're underway from Pittsburgh. Fielded at the 7. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Right to the air with Smith. He finds Fant. There it is. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks take a 6-0 lead right away. One snap in, and this offense as efficient as they could be, partner, and looking very dangerous to begin this ball game too.
Yeah, you know, it's one thing for coaches to tell us in our production meetings they want to be a quick strike offense, got to be explosive. But they put that talk into action. One play from scrimmage, one touchdown, and one massive statement sent across the field.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down. Now here's Russ. That throw finds Pickens. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10 give to Harris. Cuts it to the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. Trying the left side with Warren. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Has it at the 7. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Harris. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Steelers finish off their opening drive. Najee Harris, the touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now Smith. Makes the grab in bounds left side. 35 on the pickup. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They're looking at first down here. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's second and 11. Cut by Lockett. It's a kickoff of 11. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably and then go to work after him.
And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
In a good spot here, second and inches. Running with Walker again. And he's able to get this down to the 13. 2 yards on the pickup. And it sets up Seattle with first down. It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. The Seahawks hoping to take a lead going into the break. All right, set now, first and 10. Staying with Walker. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be second and 8. This time it's a passing play. Has it in close. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Third and a lone yard coming up. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Oh, no touchdown, it's intercepted! Dante Jackson takes it away. And the Steelers get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
Throwing from near his own goal line. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And it sets up second down.
Good shot.
Throwing again is Russ. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Looking for George Pickens that time. And that brings up 4th and long. On 4th down, the Steelers are going to turn to Cameron Johnston to punt this away. His work begins at the 31. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. Nice return there, 15 yards gained. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that one's caught along the left sideline. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Completed to Lockett. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 18 on 2nd down. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Minka Fitzpatrick has got it. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Who knows when the deciding moment will come? We're underway in the 2nd half of a deadlocked game. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. What?
He'll start with a give to Harris. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
George Pickens, the intended target. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Ross off the play fake. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be Seahawks football.
Hey, here we go.
First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Hey, we go, 13 in.
From the 32. He lets a heater go deep. Middle. He's got it at the 30. All the way. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks grab the lead on their first series of the half. the point after to go. And the Seahawks break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Cordero Patterson now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Carried by Harris here to start the drive. And this one does not go far. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 28. It's caught. That's Calvin Austin. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. And the Seahawks adding an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. They'll try to run it with Harris. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Now Wilson on the play fake. This ball's caught by Pickens. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
He's got it! And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. We'll see them tackle 2nd and goal after the break. It's Steelers football. A nice help for them as they trail entering the quarter. So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. They'll run with Harris. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. Couldn't pick up anything. And now he brings up 3rd and goal from the 2. Back to throw it. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers now trail by just a point in the 4th. George Pickens the touchdown. On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Now Boswell on to send this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They give up the gut to Walker. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. From the 36. Pass taken in by Lockett. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Running left, here's Walker. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers side of the field. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now an inside give to Walker. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Seahawks with a little more work to do to win it here. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Handoff running left, Walker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Has a man. It's Brown. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. The Steelers use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Setting up to pass. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one. Went in the wrong direction the last play. Need to get forward 3 yards here on 2nd and goal. Walker can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. Do you continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal.
There we go.
Trying to run it with Walker. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Give him a couple yards on that run, and this sets up 4th and goal. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. An entire stadium of pressure now on Jason Myers. This is a chip shot from the left hash. The kick is good. He got it. And he drills the chip shot to win them this game. So the Seahawks take this one on the road. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks winners, as we say so long from Pittsburgh.